Okay. Yeah, we'll get started. Question number one. The scatter plot shows the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit and the distance above sea level in feet measured at six locations on Mount Jefferson. A line of best fit is also shown. At a distance of 4,000 feet above sea level, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit predicted by the line of best fit? So here, as we can see, is 35. So B is the correct answer. B as in bold. Number two, a rectangle P has an area of 72 square inches. If a rectangle with an area of 20 square inches is removed from rectangle P, what is the area in square inches of the resulting figure? All you gotta do is do 72 minus 20, which is 52. So D as in David is the correct answer. Which value is a solution to the given equation? All you gotta do is move the 61 to the right by subtracting. So P is equal to 4. So B as in boy is the correct answer. Number four, Lorenzo purchased a box of cereal and some strawberries at the grocery store. Lorenzo paid $2 for a box of cereal and $1.9 per pound for the strawberries. If Lorenzo paid a total of $9.6 for the box of cereal and the strawberries, which of the following equations can be used to find P, the number of pounds of strawberries Lorenzo purchased? Assume there's no sales tax. So since we have $1.9 per pound, I have to multiply it by P here. And so plus 2. And this total is equal to 9.6. So correct answer is A as an apple. Number five, the bar graph summarizes the charge in kilowatts hours a battery received each day for 15 days. For how many of these 15 days did the battery receive a charge of 0 kilowatts? Obviously, if you look here, it's 6. So D as in David is the correct answer. The line in the xy plane has a slope of 9 and passes through the point 0, comma, minus 5. The equation y equals px plus r defines the line where p and r are constants. What is the value of p? Since we're given the slope of 9 here, and this p indicates the slope of the line graph, so 9 is the correct answer. Number 7, what is an x-coordinate of an x-intercept of the graph of y equals this in the xy plane? X-intercept means y when y equals 0. So when y equals 0, we know that x is 14, x is -5, or x is -4. So choose any of the answers here, and that's correct. Okay, question number 8. The graph shown gives the estimated value in dollars of a tablet as a function of the number of months since it was purchased. What is the best interpretation of the y-intercept of the graph in this context? So y-intercept means when x equals 0. So initially, $225, so 225 was the initial value. And we need to look for the word initial, or like when it was like first purchased. So if I look at A here, the estimated value of tablet was $225 when it was purchased. Um, yes, this is a correct answer choice because initially it was $225. And for B, B is wrong because no, it's not 24 months after. It was initial. No, I don't see this word decrease, so C is also wrong. And no, we're not dealing with percentage, so D is also wrong. Okay. Triangles EFG and JKL are congruent, where EF and G correspond to JKL respectively. The measure of angle E is 45 degrees, and the measure of F is 20 degrees. What is the measure of angle J? Here's a geometry problem, so I like to draw things out. So let's draw everything out here. E F G J K L. So, since E is 45, we know that J is also 45 degrees because they're congruent. So B as in boy is the correct answer. Okay, the function f is defined by f of x equals 1 over 2x plus 6. What is the value of 4? Just put 4 inside here, and you'll get 1 over 2 times 10, and this is 5. So D is correct. Okay, 11, the graph of system of an absolute function and a linear function. What is the solution to this system of two equations? Solution means like for which point x and y do these two functions intersect? So as you can see here, um, when x is minus 7 over 2 and y is 9 over 2, the two functions intersect. So C is the correct answer choice here. C as in cat. Moving on to number 12, one of the two equations in a system of linear equations given the system has infinitely many solutions. Which equation could be the second equation to the system? Well, since there's like an infinite many solutions, whatever value I put for x should be the same for, and the output of y should be the same for any of for one of the following answer choices here. So if I see here for answer choice D, if I cancel out the 2, both sides, it becomes y equals 6x plus 3. It's the same, right? So D, as in David, is the correct answer choice. 13, if 6 over 7p plus 18 is 54, what is the value of 7p? Let's do this. 6 over 7, p is equal to 36. I'm going to multiply the, I'm going to get rid of 6 by dividing 6 both sides, so it becomes p over 7 is equal to 6. Now I want to change the p over 7 into the form of 7p. All I can do is multiply both sides by 49. So 49 times p over 7 becomes 7p, and 49 times 6 becomes 294. And since we're looking for 7p, 294 is the correct answer. So 14, the solution to the given system equation is xy. What is the value of y? Um, I'm going to go ahead and rearrange the x here. So we can determine like what y is. So x is equal to 20 minus 7y. And I'm going to put this guy inside this x here. So it becomes y is equal to 9 times 20 minus 7y plus 12. If I like work this out here, becomes 180 minus 63y plus 12. I'm going to move this y to the left. So it becomes 64y is equal to 192. And y is 3. So 3 is the correct answer. Okay, 15a, I'm just circling the xy plane as the equation. This, which of the following gives the center of the circle and its radius? So the equation for the circle is this, where HK is the center of the circle, and r is the radius. Uh, Square root of 64 is 8. So C and D are automatically wrong. And 13 and K are the center points. So A as an apple is correct. The function f is defined by f of x equals x minus 4x, absolute value of that. What value of a satisfies f of 5 minus f of a? I want to go ahead and rewrite this as f of x is equal to absolute value of s3x. And if I put 5 inside here, it becomes minus 15. And absolute value becomes 15. And for minus 3a becomes 3. And then 15 minus 3a is equal to minus 15. Minus 3a is equal to minus 30. A is equal to 10. So C as in cat is the correct answer choice. Okay, 17. For the exponential function f, the value of f0 is c, where c is a constant. Of the following equation that defines the function f, which equation shows the value of c as the coefficient of base. So if I put 0 for x, I need to have like one single constant or coefficient. So if I put 0 here, I'm going to get something like 22 times 1.5. This is wrong. I want a single constant value or coefficient. Let's see B. If I put 0 here, so 1.5 to the power of 0 is 1, so it becomes 33. So yeah, this is what we're looking for. So B as in boy is the correct answer choice. The function f of t is equal to 40,000 times 2 to the power of t over 790 gives a number of bacteria in population t. And it's after an initial observation. How much time in minutes does it take for the number of bacteria in the population to double? Since we have this 2 in front, all we're looking for is like for what value of t over 790. 2 to the power of t over 790 gives out 2. So to make things more clear, so we're just looking for, because 2 to the power of 1 is equal to 2. So I'm going to look at this and this together. So t over 790 is equal to 1. And obviously t is equal to 790. So B is correct, and B as in boy is the correct answer choice. Okay, the given equation relates to variables n, t, and w, where n is greater than 0, and t is greater than 0, and w is greater than t, which expression is equivalent to n. Okay, since we have n, t, and w all written separately in the denominator, I'm going to just like multiply all of this by n, t, w. Okay, so what we get is 12 tw minus 2n w, which is equal to minus 2nt. And I want to group my n's together, so I'll go ahead and move this guy over here. So 12 tw is equal to 2n w minus 2nt. I can pull out the two n's front. And then I want to find what n is equal to. So first of all, I'll cancel out the 2 here by dividing 2, so it becomes 6 tw. And all you got to do is divide this by w minus t, and this will give you n. So the correct answer choice here is D as in David. Okay. Um, During a study, the temperature in degrees Celsius of the air in chamber was recorded in years inch at certain times. The scatter plot shows the recorded temperature line degrees Celsius of the air in the chamber X minutes after the start of the study. What was the average rate of change in degrees Celsius per minute of the recorded temperature of the air in chamber from X equals 5 to X equals 7? Okay, so from X equals 5 to X equals 7, we wanted to find the average rate of change. So what we're going to do is y2 minus y1 divided by minus x1. It's 24. And this is 10 over 2, which is 5. 5 is the correct answer. Okay. In August, the car dealer completed 15 more than 3 times the number of sales the car dealer completed in September. In August and September, the car dealer completed 363 sales. How many sales did the car dealer complete in September? So in August, uh, so the dealer completed 15 more than 3 times the number of sales occurred in September. So 15 plus 3s. And so the total is 363. So a plus s is equal to 363. We can write this as a system of linear equations. So a minus 3s is equal to 15. Um, and we want to figure out for the s. So I'm going to subtract this. So 4s is equal to 348. S is equal to 87. So 87 is the correct answer. Okay. Question 22. Points Q and R lie on a circle with center P. The radius of the circle is 9 inches. Triangle PQR has a perimeter of 31 inches. What is the length in inches of QR? So what we can do is, since this is a geometry problem, I'm going to go ahead and draw out the circle. We have Q, R, and we have P here. P as the center. So a circle, the radius of the circle is 9 inches. So we have 9 and 9. And the perimeter is 31 inches. So 9 plus 9 plus x is equal to 31. And this becomes 18. So 18 plus x is 31. Uh, X obviously needs to be 13. So B is always the correct answer choice here. Number 23, in a set of 4 consecutive odd integers where the integers are ordered from least to greatest, the first integer is represented by x, the product of 12 and fourth odd integer is at most 26 less than the sum of the first and the third odd integers, which inequality represents this situation. So we have, let's say, and we have, let's say, an odd number. I'm going to just make this up. So x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6. So product of 12 and the fourth odd integer. So this is less than the sum. Oh, sorry, it's at most 26 less than the sum of the first and okay, so obviously we're gonna have to put less than or equal to here. And then we need to find the sum of the first and the third. So I'm looking for this guy and this guy here. So x plus 24. And then we need to subtract because it's, oh, sorry, not 24. 4 I meant, and minus 26. So in this case, A as an apple is the correct answer. Okay. Um, Moving on to 24. The table shows three values of x and their corresponding values of y, where s is a constant. There's a linear relationship between x and y, which of the following equation represents this relationship. So it's just basically finding the linear equation function. So since this s, uh, just a quick note, s can be confused with 5 with my handwriting. So I'm gonna just write the variable s as f, just to make things a bit more clear. So yeah, please keep that in mind. So I'm gonna pick these two values and get the slope. So the slope is going to be 21 minus 24 minus f minus 2f. So it's going to be minus 3 over f. And I'm going to go ahead and write this down here. We know that this is the formula for the linear equation. So I'm going to put 15 for my y. So y minus 15 is equal to, okay. Now I'm going to multiply everything by f because I don't want the f in the denominator. So minus 3x. And then since I'm running out of space, I'm going to write here. I'm going to move my x to the left, so it becomes 3x plus fy is equal to 18f. So the correct answer choice is B. Instead of the f, just substitute s. The reason why I use f is because the way I write s, it could confuse people by interpreting as a 5. So please be mindful uh, of that. Question number 25, which of the following expression is equivalent to sine 24 cosine 60 plus cosine 24 sine 66? I know that sine 24 is cosine 66. So I could rewrite as cosine 66 times cosine 66. And I know that sine 66 is cosine 24. So I can write this as cosine 24. And obviously, C is the correct answer choice here. Just please remember that sine of x is equal to cosine of 90 minus x. Okay. So sine 24 is equal to cosine of 66. Very, very important trigonometry formula here. Okay. Question number 26. The cost of renting a carpet cleaner is $52 for the first day and $26 for each additional day. I don't know if you've seen my earlier videos, but when I say each additional day, don't just assume it's 26D. Okay? What you're gonna have to do here is you need to subtract one from D and then like put parentheses around it and 26, okay? This is a common uh, mistake that many students make on these type of word problems. So please be careful of each word you read here. Since like the $52 has been already taken account for the first day, we need to subtract the one here from the D, okay? So it's 52 plus 26, then D minus 1. So 26D plus 26. I'm looking for this form here. So A is the correct answer. A is an apple. The function f is defined by the given equation for what value of x does f of x reach its minimum. First of all, I'm going to uh, write this in the quadratic form. It's 2x plus 15x minus 30. Okay, you could graph this in your calculator. Since like many people have been asking like how you could do this, quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and just write this formula. Sorry if I haven't mentioned this earlier. So f of x will reach its minimum when x is equal to minus b over 2a. So it's going to be my b is 13, so b and 1 is a. The reason why this formula makes sense here is I'll actually derive this for you. So f prime of x is taking the derivative of f with respect to x. So df dx. If I take the derivative, this 2 becomes here. Just bring down the 2 here and subtract 1 plus 13. And I want to set this to 0. And obviously, if I solve for x, it becomes minus 13 over 2. Honestly, like I highly recommend you like take at least an introductory or an AP calculus course in high school because calculus is a very useful like math course and definitely it can like save a lot of time for working on like quadratic functions. So yeah, please be mindful of this. Moving on to module 2. Okay. A total of 165 people contributed to a charity event as either a donor or volunteer. 130 people contributed as a donor. How many people contribute as a volunteer? Okay, this is really straightforward. We don't know the number of volunteers here, right? Just solve for V and you get 35. So A. There are 250 trees in a park. Of these trees, 6% are birch trees. How many birch trees? Okay, a percentage problem. I always like to divide this by 100, divide by 250, and this becomes 15. So uh, B as in boy is the correct answer. Question number 3. The graph of the quadratic function y equals f of x is shown. What is the vertex of the graph? Vertex is You see where like the y like keeps decreasing, and then after passing this point, the y increases, right? I'm just looking for this point. So 0, comma 2 is the correct answer choice. So C as in cat. Okay. Moving on to question number 4. The number of raccoons in 131 square mile area is estimated to be 2,358. What is the estimated population density in raccoons per mile? Raccoons per square mile of this area. All you gotta do is, since like we're the unit is raccoons per square mile, we have 2,358 raccoons, and we gotta divide this by 131. So um, A is correct because 2,358 divided by 131 is 18. Okay. A data set of three numbers is shown. If a number from this data says select at random, what is the probability of selecting a positive number? So only 26 is positive, so 1 over 3. So B as in boy is correct. Okay, question number 6. The function f gives a monthly fee, f of x in dollars. The facility charges to keep x crates in storage. What is the monthly fee in dollars? The facility charges to keep 50 crates. So all you got to do is put 50 into the function. So it becomes 45 times 50 plus 600, and you get an answer of 2,850. Question 7, the function f is defined f of x is equal to this. What's the value? If I put 1 over 4 here, it becomes a 0, so this cancels out. 11 over 4 is your correct answer. Okay. Number 8, if 8x is 6, what's the value of 72x? So if 8x is equal to 6, how do I get from 8x to 72x? You just multiply by 9, multiply by 9 here as well, and you get 54. So C is correct. Okay, question 9, which expression is equivalent to this? Um, I don't see anything in common between 23, 2, and 9. So automatically all of A, B, and D are incorrect. The only common thing I can see here is X. So C is correct because I put the common thing right in front and then group the rest together. Okay, number 10, which expression is equivalent to this? Just sum everything up here. However, I don't see x to the power of 6 here, so A and C are immediately wrong. Um, be careful because like there's an x squared and x here. These two are not the same, so you need to like write it out like in this form. So D as in David is the correct answer. 11, at a state fair, attendees can win tokens that are worth a different number of points depending on the shape. One attendee won S square tokens and C circle tokens worth a total of 1120 points. The equation 80S plus 90C is equal to 1120. For the situation, how many more token points is a circle token worth than square token? Well, if you see here, 80 and 90, the difference between these two are 10. So D is correct. D as in David. Maybe I'll start a line of best fit for the data show. Which of the following is the closest to a slope of line of best fit? I'll just go ahead and pick 1 comma 3, and then let's pick another point. 6 comma 14. So 11 over 5 is approximately 2. So D as in David is correct. Okay. Geometry problem. A circle has a radius of 2.1 inches. The area of the circle is b pi square inches, where b is equal. What's the value of b? We know that area of circle is equal to pi r squared. So what is 2.1 squared pi is equal to b pi, cancel out the pi's, and what's 2.1 squared? 4.41. So this is the correct answer. Okay, another geometry problem in triangle XYZ. Angle Y is a right angle, point P lies on XC, and point Q lies on YZ, such that PQ is parallel to XY. If the measure of angle is XCY is 63 degrees, what's the measure in degrees of angle XPQ? Okay, I like to draw this out here. Y is the right angle, XC 63 degrees. Right, and P and Q are here. So what is the angle of XPQ? So I need to find this angle first. So theta is equal to 90 minus 63, which is 27 degrees. Now, this is what this angle alpha is what we're trying to find here. So alpha is equal to 180 minus 27. And this alpha gives you 153. So 153 is the correct answer. I'll write it once more. 153 is the correct answer for 14. Okay. An investment account was opened with an initial value of $890. The value of account doubled every 10 years. Since we say doubled every 10 years, it's going to be T over 10. When I say every for some number of years, that some number of years should go on the denominator, which equation represents the value of the account M of $2 T years after the account was opened. So immediately, all of A, B, and D are wrong because I'm trying to look for this form. So C is correct because it has the 2 to the power of 10, T for 10. This is the canonical formula for exponential function. Please keep in mind of this. Okay. 16, which of the following tables are the values of x and their corresponding values of y solutions to a given system of inequalities? This is more of like plug and chug. Automatically, C and D are wrong because x values, neither of the x values are less than 22. Now I need to choose between A and B. 18 is less than 19. 19 is less than 20, and 20 is less than 21. So obviously A is the correct answer choice here. It's more about plug and chug here. Okay, 17, which expression is equivalent to this? So if I have same variable and exponent is here in a fraction form, all you got to do is subtract. So h to the power of 15 minus 5 is equal to h to the power of 10. And q to the power of 7 minus 21 is equal to q to the power of minus 14. So, and I'm going to multiply these two together. So it becomes h10 times q. I can rewrite this because there's a minus here. If there's a minus here, all you got to do is just send it to the denominator. And don't forget to take out the minus here. So A as an apple is the correct answer choice. Okay, the solution to the given system equation is xy was a value of 39x. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this minus 3y here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this up. 0 is equal to 13x minus 6. And 13x is equal to 6. How do I go from 13x to 39x? Just multiply by 3. So 18. D as in David is the correct answer choice. 19. The function h estimates an object's height in feet above the ground t seconds after the object is brought, where p is a constant. The function estimates that the object is 3364 feet above the ground when it is dropped at t is equal to 0. Approximately how many seconds after being dropped does the function estimate the object will hit the ground? Okay, so um, let's just plug 0 here, and this is equal to 3364. So B is 3364 because the 16 goes away. So I'm going to rewrite this function as minus 16t squared plus 3364. Since it says it hits the ground, I need to set this equal to 0. So 16t squared is equal to 3364. T squared is equal to 210.25. T is equal to 14.5. So D is immediately wrong because I'm looking for T, not T squared. So the correct answer choice here is B as in boy. Okay, one solution to the given equation can be written as this, where k is equal to value. Please note this very, very important formula. What B is k plus minus. The good news is uh, we're only looking for what's inside here. So sorry for running out of space. This becomes 120. So 120, and we're looking for what's inside inside the square root here. So 120 is the correct answer. The line intersects two parallel lines forming four acute angles and four obtuse angles. The measure of one of the acute angles is this. The sum of the measures of one of the acute angles and three of the obtuse angles is this. What is the value of W? Okay. I'm gonna need some space here, so I'll write 21 here. Okay, so we have two parallel lines, and we have this guy. We know that the acute angles are 9x minus 50. This is also 9x minus 50. I'm gonna write this as for acute, and for obtuse, um, we don't know the obtuse angle, so I'm going to just write this as y. So these y's are all the same. And we're given that the sum of the measures of one of the acute angles and three obtuse angles is this. So one of the acute angles is 9x minus 50, and plus three obtuse angles is equal to minus 18x plus w. And I'm going to rewrite this as w equals 27x minus 560 plus 3y. And we know that the sum of so the one acute and one obtuse should equal to 180. So I could write this relationship down here. 9x minus 50 plus y. Oh, sorry, 560 plus y is equal to 180. I'm sorry, this should be 560, not 50. I'll rewrite it here. I'm so sorry. My brain. So, yeah, uh, that is why, yeah, you got to be careful here. Okay, apologies. Uh, so yeah, I'll continue on. I'm gonna write this down as 9x plus y is equal to 740. And y is equal to 740 minus 9x. And we know that for the w here, w is this guy over here. And we need to put y. We need to substitute y with what we have over here. So I'm going to rewrite this as space, but w is equal to 27x minus 560 plus 3 over here. And then I will go ahead and write this out here. 27x minus 560 plus 2220 minus 27x. So this guy cancels out immediately. And we get W is equal to 1660. So I'm gonna write it here. 1660 is the correct answer. Uh, Question 21 definitely required a lot of algebraic manipulation. So if you have questions for question 21, please leave a comment. I'll do my best to explain if you're still confused. I'm sorry for making a bit of um, notation mistake earlier on. But yeah, if you have any questions for question 21, please let me know in the comments. I'm happy to help. And moving on to question 22. For the linear function f, the table shows three values of x and their corresponding values of fx. If fx is equal to hx is equal to fx minus 13, which equation defines h? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get the slope. I'm gonna pick these 2 points here. So is equal to 1 over minus 19 over 5 plus 5. And I'm going to put these 2 points into my inner function equation here. So y is equal to 5. Now I need to subtract minus 13 in the end here because that is how the h of x is defined. So 5x plus 20 minus 13. So B, as in boy, is the correct answer choice here for question 22. Okay, question 23. The linear function g is defined by g of x is equal to b minus 15x, where b is a constant if g of c plus 7 c over, where c is a constant, which of the following expression can be represented the value of b. Okay, so all you gotta do is just put the c plus 7 side here, and you get b minus is equal to c over 4. And I'm gonna continue solving this. Becomes 1 over. And I want to set this to b equals 2, so 15c plus c over 4. And I can rewrite this as 60 over 4. So this is 61 c over 4 plus 5. So c is the correct answer choice. Okay, question 24. Another geometry problem in the triangle XYZ. Angle Z is a right angle and the length of YZ is 24 units. If tan of X is 12, 15, what is the perimeter in units of triangle XYZ? Okay, let's draw out this big right triangle. C is a right angle. X, Y, hypotenuse. Oh, sorry. I need to find a tan, right? YZ is 24 units. We know that. So I have tan of X, so it's opposite over adjacent. We don't know this here, but we can solve that immediately. So tan of X is equal to 12 over 35, which is equal to 24 over this question mark. Question mark is equal to 24 times 35 divided by 2. I'm sorry, 35 divided by 12. So this becomes 70. 70. And we also need to find the hypotenuse. And you can use the Pythagorean theorem here. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And c is just simply taking the square root of whatever a squared plus b squared is. And I know that it's 70 squared plus 24 squared. And we can write this here. And what is 70 plus 24 plus 74? That is equal to 168 because that's how you get the perimeter. So B is the correct answer choice here. Okay. And question 25. In the xy plane, the graph of the given equation is a circle. What is the length of the circle's radius? First of all, I need to put the 6y to the left. So no, this is not in the form. We need to convert it into form like this, right? If I add 49 here, I can factor this out as 7, right? Now for this one, y squared minus 6y, I can factor this out as minus 3, right? So we can actually write something like this immediately. However, since we added the 49 and the 9 to the left side, don't forget it to add it the right side, okay? Okay. So what is 109 plus 49 plus 9? That's 167. R squared is 167. Radius is square root of 167. So obviously C is going to be my answer. Okay. The speed of a vehicle is increasing at a rate of 7.3 meters per second square. What is this rate in miles per minute square? Round to the nearest tenth. I use 1 mile as 1609 meters. Unit conversion problem, simple and straightforward. So we have 7.3 meters. This is 1 second squared. 1 mile is equal to 16. So the meters unit cancel out. Now, since this is second squared, I have a second squared here. I need to multiply this twice. Obviously, this is going to be 1 minute like this. And if you um, multiply everything at the top and divide everything by the bottom, you get something like 16.33. So B as in boy is the correct answer. Okay, last question. In the given system of equations, k is a positive integer constant. The system has no real solutions. What is the least possible value of k? Um, when I say no real solutions, always remember to write this stuff. And you should know this relationship. 2, 1, x. So we're choosing for this guy here. And I'm going to set these two equal to each other. So x squared plus 8x plus k is equal to. I'm going to move this minus 2.5 to the left. Okay. My b squared is 64 minus 4 times a, and then let's do k plus. Let's move this to the right. So it becomes 16 is less than k plus 2.5. So k is greater than 13.5. So we're looking for like a positive integer constant. So 14 satisfies this. So 14 is the correct answer. Thanks for watching.